Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my best tips for Assassin's Creed Mirage, sorry. And we're going to be showing you them in order of the best to worst. There will be timestamps below if you just want to skip to a specific area, okay? But for me, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But yeah, these are the best tips, and trust me, what a game. Do not miss out. Need to play it, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, probably one of the best Assassin's Creed I've played in a little while. So, guys, thank you for watching, but let's get straight into the video. So, as you can see, I got a threat on right now. So, as you can see, I'll zoom up the top. Above, on the top bar, you can see is a poster over here, 31 meters away. You can either use a poster, which I recommend, is the best way. So you can find, you won't see them on the map. You won't see them on the actual world map. But you can see them in the top bar. I'll zoom in so you can see it a bit better. And then when you're here, just remove it, and it removes your threat. That's the best way to do it, and this is the free way of doing it. Anything under a 2 threat is probably best to do that. When you get to a 3 threat, which I'll show you in just a second, the best way possibly is to kill the main militant that comes after you. Another way is going to this guy on the map. This guy in the map, you can go there and you can remove your notoriety by giving one of your coins, okay? So if you go to inventory, you can see your coins on the right hand side. I've only got one. The best way of doing it is via contracts. I'm zoomed in just because I don't want you to see the rest of the story behind me, okay? So the best way is by doing contracts, and you can see over here, if you do this contract, you get 2 of them tokens. But my best advice would be to keep them for missions and stuff like that, because you would need them for them in the long run. So guys, this is the guy you need to assassinate, okay? So if we kill this guy, that's the best way of killing him, right? As soon as we kill this guy and assassinate him,
I don't think so.
all our notoriety goes from the bottom. See if you can see that. But I just want to be clear, the best way to do that is obviously get your torch, throw the torch. You have to equip it before, okay? Throw the torch and burn him. It weakens him so much, and then you can just attack him then. And then once you've attacked him, you get a token, you get all your equipment back, and obviously your notoriety totally goes. So it's really worth doing that, just for the benefits of getting the token as well, because they're quite rare to get. A great tip which I would have known before, which I kind of did a little bit of at the beginning, was obviously making sure I can get all my extra tools sorted. So I can get up to 3 extra tools, etc. And you can get them in the bureau. I'll show you what I mean now in just a second. So these are really, really helpful in combat, especially when you're doing the bigger missions. Being able to have these extra tools really, really help and make it a lot easier to obviously manipulate the enemy. For me as well, obviously these extra potions as well. This trickster bit is the one I focused on at the beginning. Making sure I got all 3 of these, and making sure I got the extra elixir pocketed as well. Just because obviously that's your health, that's the most important thing in the game. Then I moved on to get these sorted in a way. I went up to about by here, I think, and then I focused on the Predator side of it. This is really important for the bigger missions, simply because it's able to give you a bigger boost in knowing where the enemies are, how many are there, what patterns they're doing, everything like that, which is really important, especially if you're just going through a sneaking around. And this vision boost is really, really good. It gives you that extra range, and for me, one thing I did struggle with is using that inside buildings. It wasn't quite covering the whole of the building, so I didn't know where to go and how to go about the situation. But with that, it really, really helps. So that's my advice, would be to focus on the tricksters, get all this sorted. I haven't got this engineer yet. I haven't got enough points yet, but yeah. That engineer looks really good as well. Able to upgrade so I have 2 upgrades for the 1 slot, which is good on your equipment. So, I'll show you what I mean by the equipment in just a second. So, this is your equipment. You got throwing knives. Everything's the same. So, you start off with a torch. You can then get throwing knives. Once then, you get an option then to upgrade. You can upgrade and pick whichever one you want. My advice would be the smoke bombs, okay? The reason I'm saying go for the smoke bombs, they're really, really, really overpowered in the sense that throw one, you totally blind. Even if you're in the middle of the combat, you could throw one in the middle of combat. It's totally blind. And especially with the bigger, stronger people, it will stop them from attacking you. But it'll give you the option to assassinate them, which kills them in one go. Instead of trying to fight them when they're bigger, stronger, and quite possibly a lot better than you. So that's my advice, to get them first. Then I moved on to the blow dart, because you get 6 of them. Also, when you get 6 of them, that means if it's multiple people, it doesn't look suspicious straight away when you blow dart someone. They go into a sleep, but they don't go into a forensic panic. They normally go up to them like, what? What's going on here? And then from there, then you can blow dart the other one, assassinate them if there's multiple different people. Next then is obviously the noise maker. That was really good for me for moving enemies about. That's the best. That's one of the better ones. So in order, obviously throw knives 1, smoke 2, 3, 4, and then these 5. I don't really use the trap, to be fair. I didn't find it that great. But it can be used to good effect if you know what you're doing, really. So yeah, that's my advice on the order and what to do. One last thing I forgot to say about, which is vitally, vitally important, is to make sure you can get these unlocked. So the assassin focus capacity, make sure you're upgrading these as much as you can. Simply because it is so important. It can really help you towards the end, again with the bigger missions, when there's multiple people. This saved my life a lot of times, just being able to use this focus. It's over in seconds. So I really, really recommend focusing on that as well. So the ones I would focus on, obviously the one side by here, this side, and then trying to work my way down this side by here, and then focusing on this side by here. So that's what I would be doing, guys. That's my advice for you in the future as well. If you are going to start playing this, that's my one. That's my skill tips, basically. Next, I want to talk about how important it is to obviously sync up in different places, okay? Obviously, you can fast travel with these points, so it's very, very important. So what I did at the beginning of the map, I went around different sections, and I went around and got all the synchronized points just within. It took me about an hour to get from different points. This was probably the hardest one because it's really, really guarded to get. Once you do that, then you can sync to different places. It makes traveling around and completing the missions a lot easier and a lot less boring. As well, you can also fast travel with these the hideouts or the bureaus, whatever you want to call them. You can fast travel to these as well. So guys, that would be one of my biggest tips, is obviously to fast travel. Get all these synchronized, as many as you can. Once these are synchronized, it makes your life a lot easier in able to complete the missions a lot faster. And that's not just on these missions, that's on a lot of the other missions as well, including the contracts. So that's my best way of doing it. That's my advice, and that's what I recommend you do. Obviously, you've got these artifacts as well. Make sure you collect these whenever you can. I made the mistake of not doing them. Whenever you see them, collect them, because it helps you in the later run. I'm not going to give too much away, but it's best to collect them as soon as you can, the most you can as well. So in terms of Blacksmith, my tips would be to obviously focus on one weapon and making sure you upgrade that as soon as possible. So as you can see, I've upgraded mine fully here, so I got that. Even if you like one of these, so I like the look of this weapon. But this weapon is obviously what I like, okay? It gives me an extra damage, etc, etc, and this as well, so it slows down time as well, which is really helpful. So these two are the ones I'm focusing on, okay? So these are upgraded really quickly. What you do, you need, as you can see, this guy here, you got a script. Once you have the script, you obviously need metal and you need fabric as well. So make sure you got them. You get them just by looting in different places. The bit what I also like, you can change the appearance. So my weapon looks nothing like that. I took the appearance of this weapon and put it on this weapon. So just because you like the look of, say, this dagger, doesn't mean you can't use this one because it's better. So definitely worth looking into, guys. And my recommendation is get these leveled up as soon as you can. As soon as it shows you on your map that you can do it, do it. And I'll show you what I mean by shows it on the map now. So when you go to your inventory, you can select, say, on your sword, for instance. And as you can see here, it's got a little arrow next to it right by here, where my circle is. That means it's available for an upgrade. Same as this one, it's available for an upgrade, okay? So you can see the damage profiles of what they do. and how they help you in different ways, and what they do, and what their speciality is. So yeah, so my advice would be, obviously, once you see this, as soon as you see this, head to a blacksmith. What I remember is that I struggled to see a blacksmith if I had some notoriety. They wouldn't speak to me. They wouldn't help me. So get rid of that first, then go and speak to them, because I don't think you could do it with notoriety. I might be wrong, but that's from my experience. I wasn't able to. Another tip I really recommend is obviously using your bird to go and scout out places for you. Simply because you can see a lot more. It helps you with like your missions as well, in terms of like finding secret entrances or marking people. As in, if I go back over here now, so if I mark this person, they'll stay marked, and then obviously I'll know where they're going, how they're going about it, etc., etc. So this is a really important feature. And as you can see like different landmarks with it. You can see different bits. And this happens within missions as well. If it's like a hidden door or a hidden entrance, it will show you it via the bird, and then you'll able to ping it, and then it makes it a lot easier. So my recommendation for missions is to use this. Be careful of sharpshooters. They will shoot the bird out the sky. You could do the outer side of it, but once you go over the top into the restricted area, it will shoot it out the sky. So bear in mind that it might affect you in that way. For instance, look up here now. It's showing me that guy's got a key, and it pings all these people for me. So it's a lot easier, a lot better than using any other different forms of doing it. So that's my advice on that. Thanks for watching, guys. If this has helped, drop a reaction. Don't forget to share it with a friend. And yeah, don't forget to sub. Peace.